Today we are going to be talking about a pretty common vocal injury, which is a vocal polyp. The story of this patient is pretty classic. It is a story of illness. So this young musical theater performer had noticed some voice changes associated with just a regular cold. She did have to do some voice work during that illness, but felt like she had been really careful to work around it and to engage in good technique and breath support. Nonetheless, after her illness, she noticed that she had some persistent voice changes. Specifically, she was noticing a loss of endurance. It was hard for her to sing for as long. Things that should have felt easy for her mixed voice being for her easy, she wasn't able to access anymore. And the sound quality had changed. She felt a new onset of raspiness and hissiness to her voice. She felt like she had to push a little harder to project her voice. So when we do the stroboscopy, we get a really nice slow motion view of the vocal folds vibrating. As soon as we enter, we see a significant amount of mucus on the vocal cords, and that's already clue one that the inflammation from the illness probably hasn't fully resolved, and we're gonna need to tackle that. As she clears the mucus, which is a really important thing to do during these exams so we see what lies beneath, we see that a polyp has actually formed on the left vocal cord. Interesting in her case is that actually the polyp is located a little high off the edge of the cord. That's probably why at times, particularly in her chest register, she's able to close her cords around it because it is up off the edge. It's also why, though, unfortunately, on the higher notes, no matter what she does, that polyp is still going to roll into the middle and create almost like a weight effect where she's not going to be able to vibrate as quickly as a high note requires. This is absolutely going to disturb the belt and mixed voice, in particular the mixed voice, because the coordination that's required is often disrupted when there is that kind of a weight on the vocal cord edge. Interestingly, in her case, she might actually do better because it is such an atypical location for an injury. So we do have a couple of processes in place, including therapy and some medical management that might help us to avoid surgery. I'll keep you posted as to how she does, but let's hope.